Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. Eric and Donna, in some ways, I somewhat regret my absence from watching B&B because this whole story about Eric hooking up with Donna, it's jarring. And I don't know if it's jarring because I just stopped watching it for a while, or which is why I kind of regret not watching it, and keeping up with it. But at the same time, it was going to be a lot, and I needed to take a break. So, in a lot of ways, I don't regret it. But watching their scenes today, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't really understand why Eric chose now to start hooking up with Donna. If this was, I can understand if it was a knee jerk reaction. Okay, Quinn cheating on Eric the first time, and okay, whatever, sure, you're gonna do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. Or even the second time, you know what? Listen, I can't really perform. Oh my goodness, I was gonna say something else, but I can't really perform, and you do your thing or whatever. And then when he found out that his equipment worked, maybe you could have kind of proposed some sort of compromise. Listen, since I let you go out and do whatever, because at the time my equipment wasn't working, but now that it is, I feel like, I deserve a hall pass. All right? I deserve a hall pass. Let's just be honest, I do. Um, this hookup out of nowhere just it doesn't add up. In some ways, it doesn't add up. Now, Donna's not there telling Eric to leave Quinn. She doesn't make you happy. And, Eric does sit there and say, yeah, she used to make me happy, whatever. I'm like, bro, she used to make you happy? She. Now, granted, I always feel like cheating really shouldn't be an option. Okay? It shouldn't be an option. There are things that you can do before you get to that point of cheating, like therapy. Um, but, the fact that he was like, he doesn't, she doesn't make him happy anymore, it's like, bro, then that's a problem. And you don't solve the problem by hooking up with somebody else. And I'm just gonna be, honest with you. Another thing I'm just gonna sit there and throw out. I feel like he's too old at this point to just run to another woman when he's not happy with the one that he has. You know, I feel like that's so much of a young man's game or a young woman's game. It's not somebody who is old as him who should be as wise as he is to be like, you know what? Maybe there's steps I could sit there and take before I go that route. So, there's a lot of things that's wrong with this story. Now he does sit there and say, you know what? I can't do it. We're gonna have to sit there and break up. We're just gonna have to sit there and stop. Now, while Quinn and Carter are pretty much talking about the same thing from last Friday to last Thursday, the same usual, oh, I want to be with you, but you're with Eric, and I don't want to sit there and hurt him anymore, but yet I want to be with you. The usual talk they were doing. They were talking about his ring, the fact that it's like some sort of heart monitor, or make sure that Eric is 100%. The ring goes off. The ring goes off because his heart pressure is up, his blood pressure is up, his heart and his blood pressure is up because he's knocking boots with Donna. Now I have a couple of issues with this whole thing. First of all, this isn't the first time that he's had sex with Donna. So why wasn't that thing not going off before? Okay, why was it not going off before? Now Eric did sit there and say, I need to sit there and catch my breath. Like, just give me a minute. Like he was kind of, overdoing it. And I sat there and I'm like, If this woman kills him by giving him the ride of his life, there's no easy way to sit there and say half of the stuff I'm saying. I'm really trying to. um, but no, seriously, like, can you imagine if she actually gave him a coronary, a heart attack, because they were going at it too hard? But again, I'm sitting there thinking, why haven't that thing went off before? I guess this time they were really overdoing it. And of course, Eric being like, yo, we gotta break up. We gotta not be together. Donna's like, nah, remember I told you, when you're in here, we don't think. Okay, this is a no thinking zone. We just act on our emotions, not impulses. Because, that's clearly the way to go in life. And I feel like nothing can go wrong when you don't really think. Donna is all about not thinking. Um, but he literally is like, I wanna, we can't do this. This is wrong. We can't do this. This is wrong. And then 5 seconds later, he's sitting there finished knocking boots at her. They're laughing like, oh, we're so bad at breaking up. Like, really, bro? Really? I mean, I'm all for fair play, but again, you are literally sitting there laughing while this woman thinking that you're being the most faithful, loyal man in the world. Now she gets that whole thing, that alarm, and she's like, "Where's he at? The gym, working up a sweat." And so Car's like, "Listen, you should go and find him." Because his heart thing's going off, and she's worried, she's panicked. So, oh man, I can't wait till this whole thing goes down. Okay, I cannot wait until Quinn finds out. Because, Donna made a joke like, oh, Quinn has a mean streak. You better run fast. If you're going to sit there and break up with her, you better run fast. I was like, girl, you better get an order of protection. Okay, or a bodyguard or something. Or start taking some damn self-defense classes. You need to do something. Um, Crazy ass woman. No, seriously. She literally got in her face and acted like a damn psychopath. And of course, Eric just fired her, which I was not happy about. Now I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, I feel like he fired her, but like he's still sitting there, like, supporting her on a financial basis. It's just we all know how that looks if that's the case. I'm not going to go there, but now Brooke is complaining to Deacon that Taylor's back and she's his wife and blah, 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 blah. That being said, Deacon's like, well, if you was my woman, if you was my wife, I would sit there and treat you like gold and yada, 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 yada. And, Brooke is like, no, it's nice what you're doing and everything like that, but it doesn't really help. Oh, wait, it does help me. I have an idea. You've shown up all the time, unannounced and everything. I'm gonna do that. So she literally goes to Ridge's place. Well, um, well, Eric's place. Sees Ridge, and is all like, I want to get you back. And she's like, she's going to be a better wife and listen and not have Deacon around. She's going to make sure she doesn't make all the same mistakes before. She realizes that even though that Sheila got her to drink, the stuff that led up to it has a lot to do with her. Them separating, the mistrust and everything like that, that's still on her. She owns that. Okay? She owns that. And I'm glad that she did. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, when I left and I came back, I was like, is she actually going to own some of the stuff that she did? Or is she just going to sit there and say, oh, it's Deacon. Deacon did it. It's not my fault. See? We get it, right? We get it. She owned it. She's all like, I want you to come back. And, she starts putting her arms around Reg. And I'm just like, Reg, you literally are the... he's not the biggest a-hole, okay? He is definitely one of them. He is definitely one of them. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie. When I see scenes like this, I'm just like, ladies, just keep in mind that this is not all of us. Okay? That is that man right there. That man does not respect the entire species of men. Okay, when I all snoop, they're like, oh, I just love these women fighting over me, and I'm not gonna say anything because I just love the attention. It's just great. No, we're not all like that. Okay, we're not all like that. Thomas comes over and, he's all Team Taylor. Oh, Rich should be here. And Taylor's like, oh, well, Rich made Brooke leave so we could sit there and talk and yada, yada, yada. I'm like she got her one little victory. And I'm just like, sweetheart, you did realize that you had to use your kids just to get Brooke to leave. You had to use your kids as a weapon to hold on to a man. Okay? You had to use your kids to hold on to a man. That is low in general, especially for the quote unquote saint, do no wrong Taylor. Um, yeah, Thomas was there talking about, being all Team Taylor. And I feel like that's pretty much about it. Now, I say that's pretty much about it because, honestly, to tell you the truth, the conversation between Quinn and Carter was the same conversation that they had on Friday, was the same conversation they had on Thursday. Carter wants Quinn. Quinn is like, in an alternate reality, we can be together, but I can't be with you because Erica has been such a saint in the gym and has been loyal and kind, and, I can't lose him, and yada, 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 yada. Meanwhile, your man's out there knocking boots with Donna. And to be fair, she has nothing to say. I mean, she's going to whine and complain and be all angry and everything. And I'm going to sit there and look and laugh and judge her because in reality, she started first. Okay? She did it first. And she did sit there and say she was thankful, well, that, after everything that went down, she's still in his life. And, Carter's like, oh, yeah, and he didn't fire us. And you clearly did not learn a damn thing, did you? Did you? I love how he actually said that too. And, I'm just so glad that he didn't fire us. I mean, he didn't fire you. Because she still would have kept her job. You, on the other hand, you would have been gone. And, I said this in my GH review. And the same thing I'm going to sit there and say in this show. It's one thing to make a mistake. It's another thing to keep making the same mistake. When you start to make the same mistake, this is why I start to get a little annoyed at the character. And, he started off sleeping with his boss's wife. Okay? Got caught for that. He was like, you know what? I can't sit there and be messing with another Forrester woman. Then he starts up with Paris, another Forrester woman. And Zende is like, hey, you know what? I want her to be happy. You do you. And now he's all like, oh, wow. I mean, I thought you were actually going to sit there and give a little pushback. I don't know. I don't know if I exactly want it now. I mean, still got a thing for Quinn now. So you went from one Forrester woman that was a bad idea. You went to another Forrester woman that was another bad idea. And now you go back to the first Forrester woman that was clearly a bad idea from the start. And you clearly didn't learn a damn thing. All right. Well, that I felt like that just killed a couple of brain cells, to be honest. But I feel like that's about it. So with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I'll see you in another video. See you in the next video.